Yes, guys. Welcome back. Why are you smirking? We just started the episode and you're already starting with me. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast, guys. I'm your host, Justin. I'm here with my fellow co-host, Colby. Colby, man, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Last podcast, I was joking that I was gonna run away and catch a baby or something.
Yeah.
But no, it's being freaking stubborn, dude.
I was gonna say that baby is cooking in the oven all the way.
We got a couple more days. She's induced. We're just gonna, get him out of there.
Go. How's the wife
rescue him? She's over it.
Yeah,
she's well and over it. Yeah.
She's done.
So,
Woo.
yeah, for sure.
Sure. After 2, I'm done. I don't know how you're doing 3, but
yeah, I don't either. I don't know how this is gonna go. We'll see.
But again, we'll see, another episode. Forewarning: Colby may leave mid podcast, and we'll deal with it then. All right, so let's just get right into this. So the news has been kind of slow lately. I feel like we've talked about a lot of things, kind of just over and over and over, kind of recycling because just nothing's coming out. But one thing we haven't talked about is our favorite number 21. Who do you got for me today?
Today I got hopefully a fraudless pick for you, Justin, because I've been pulling some frauds out.
A lot.
But I'm going to go with Mr. David Silva from Man City.
Oh.
Spain.
David Silva?
Euros. Yes, Silva.
Dude, Pep is so weird about that guy. Because, I feel like Pep gives a lot of pep talks. He's like, you gotta do this, David Silva. Like, come on. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been gone for 10 years, dude.
Yeah.
No, that's a great pick.
Dude.
He's a buddy of mine said that the only reason he actually likes Manchester City is because of David Silva. And when he went over there, he actually got to meet him. He's like, he's the coolest dude ever.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he was good. He was good for a very long time as well.
I think he was at City at the wrong time. He was one of those players, you know?
Yeah.
He kind of led them up to what they were, but he didn't get to do that himself.
Back in the Umbro days.
Oh yeah. And then the last time I saw him was where was he playing? Was it Sevilla?
Yeah, I think so. One of those.
He's playing somewhere in Spain. Real Sociedad, maybe?
Something like that.
And then, yeah. Was he playing? What were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to ask if he was playing back in the Umbro days with City with, I don't know if he was as old as when Robinho was there. Do you remember that? Failed transfer?
I think he might have still been there.
He was one of those OGs with James Milner in them.
Yeah.
I think.
Because I think that might have even been was Balotelli there when it was Umbro? Or was that when it became Nike?
I think the City went through this weird phase where just before the Balotelli, Sergio Aguero deal, I think they had Milner, and didn't they have, was Adebayor at Spurs then, or was he still there? I don't remember. Their history is so weird.
And that got
it's really stable
Adebayor
now, but
Adebayor's been to every major club ever, just making everybody mad. Yeah, he never went to everybody off. But what, he went to Arsenal, City, Spurs. Didn't he play at Madrid?
I think he played at Madrid. I think that might have been on loan, but he was there too.
Yeah. Him and the other one that I think of that went and played at a ton of clubs was Anelka.
Yeah,
he played.
Anelka.
Yeah, he played everywhere too. Mm-hmm. No, mine is total fraudless pick. I went with Pirlo.
Oh, perfect.
One of the greatest DMs ever, and one of the coolest looking dudes on the field.
No Pirlo, no party, bro.
Dude, he was so
OG Tiempo wear.
Yeah. So good. And I was watching a video the other day where he was talking about how he only used his left foot a whole game, and they were kind of showing clips and he wasn't really sprinting, he was just kind of limping, and he hit it. And he said he was playing with his right foot was broken, and he was playing with a broken foot, but he was he can't tell, and he was just using his left foot the whole game.
He just looks like a tough dude, man. He looks like a freaking veteran, bro. He's just
but he seems so unfazed by everything.
That's what I'm saying. He's just whatever. He's been through everything.
It's so funny because you have him and then Gattuso, and they're polar opposites of each other. Gattuso's cussing everybody out, flying into challenges, and Pirlo's just
Pirlo. Yeah. He finished it. Didn't he finish at Juve? Went that Champions League final? Was that 2015 where it was Suarez, Neymar, Messi versus a young Pogba and Pirlo? And
I think he might have been there. I think he might have even been there when they played Madrid one of the times. But then he went to New York City.
MLS,
yeah,
right? Yep.
New York City FC. It was him, I think Frank Lampard, and David Villa.
Yeah. Then I want to say Gerrard came not too long after that to LA Galaxy.
Yeah, for half a season.
Yeah, he didn't do very well.
No, and he was oh, it's so hard.
It's so hard.
The time,
it's a little too slow.
But no, yeah, good picks. Those are two fantastic picks. But my honorable mention was actually going to be Zidane. I don't know if you remember. He wore 21 at Juve when he had hair.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was my honorable mention.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always kind of had hair in the front,
Yeah, he's always had a hairline, just like no hair.
Yeah. Well, David Silva, I think he got like dude. He should be famous for having like a resurgence of like one of the best hair transplants ever. Dude, he's got
him and Bex.
Was awesome.
Bex had a great.
He was like, Bex had one as well.
Oh yeah.
You're the hair guy.
Yeah, David Silva was, he was the same way. Like, yeah, he like was doing that season where he's like totally bald, with the beard, and then the next season he came back and he was like long again. I was like, what the heck? And he's just like no shame. He's like, yeah, it's my hair.
It was so weird. Yeah, his hairline came back. It was like better than Bernardo Silva. I was like, what the hell's going on here, bro? Yeah,
good choice though. Good choice.
That should be a topic for like later. Like who's had the best hair transplant? Who's the dude from Arsenal? He's had a good one. What's his name? Not Holden.
Are you talking about Holding? No.
Holding?
Is it Holding? The one that was like in their center? Is that his name? Holding?
Maybe. There's been a lot of good ones though. They go to Turkey in the off season. It's legit.
I just had I've had some clients. I don't even know if I can say this, but I'm a barber. I had some clients that actually went to Spain. Dude, they showed me like the before, the right after they had their surgery, and then like the healing process. Dude, you couldn't pay me enough to do that. Like it was like they looked so deformed from all the swelling, and I was like, like you don't even look like a person. You kind of look like Madonna, like a lizard.
Yeah. It's only temporary.
Yeah. It was like a week or two, but it was gross.
Yeah.
All right, but let's move on. So, first topic I want to get into today is the continued conversation that we've had over the Predator 94. So, I think it released last week. I think we talked about it getting released. But the thing that's gone crazy is the massive hype and desire for this boot that I didn't even think anyone had.
Yeah, I think you and I are both kind of in like the no camp. I knew it was going to be. I'm so tired of trying to go after limited boots. I think the Fusion skin has really like appealed to people, especially from the Rotero. I think people have kind of slipped into those and said like, this is kind of what I want.
Yeah, and I just, again, I don't see the appeal of that boot so much because the resale market is like selling them close to what the Pred 30 is going. And just the limited edition Pred 30, the one with the crazy box. Yeah. So I don't know what it is about that boot that has made people that hungry for it, but the desire for that boot really seems to be there because I've seen a lot of people post about it too. Like, hey, if anybody has this in the size, let me know.
Yeah, it is pretty cool boot. Like it's OG, but it still has like a really cool, like the rubber elements being on like the forefoot, and then like the 3 stripes, but it's kind of, I don't know. It's a really cool looking boot. I wouldn't pay any more than retail for it. So that's just me personally. But
see, and I don't even think I'd pay retail. And I'm like an avid Pred head and the collector of, the remakes. But like that one to me was like, that should have been like the LZ pricing, like $200. Like, yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, or like a Nike Premier style, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just going back, yeah.
Yeah, just a very weird boot. I don't really understand the hype. If you know and you want to comment below and let us know so we can have this conversation, but yeah, I'm not seeing it like at all. But yeah, that's it. I just wanted to finish off. I wanted to round off the Pred.
No, we have
the Predator 94. Like, we talked about it before it came out. We talked about it during, so we're gonna round it off. But today's topic, I want to talk about basically colorways mostly, but some designs. Okay, some of them are going to be our favorites. Some of them are going to be just not good at all. But we want to talk about them. So, tell me what's a boot that you just ranked there.
Well, hey, I want to talk about how we came to this subject to begin with, because I saw a photo of what I feel like is going to be the ugliest boot of 2024. Like, I'm calling it now in May.
Okay.
And I want to put a picture up here on screen, but it's going to be the Phantom GX2 in the Safari colorway. Like, sometimes there's awesome colorways. I think the original Nike Safari Vapors are incredible. The Superfly ones with Ronaldo. But you can't just slap that on everything and make it look good. Like, you really can't. And this is just a great example of that. But yeah, calling it right now, that's going to be the ugliest colorway of the whole year.
Okay, so what do you think it is about that's so interesting that it's part of that same pack of that Tiempo that's recycling the Safari, and you absolutely adore and love that Tiempo, but you absolutely hate it on the GX. So what about it? Like, what's the defining thing that's you're like, oh, I love this, and oh, I hate this?
I think anytime you do animal print, you got to be careful how you do it, because sometimes like animal print can look good, and sometimes it can look terrible. Like it can look like, you know, like pimp style hat, chain, coat, like just terrible.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But sometimes it can look good, like on a throw blanket, or you know. But it's all in the way that it's done.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think for me the big thing that ruins it is. Well, I don't think it looks good on the Tiempo either, but I told you that. But I think that like the design of the boot of the GX kind of doesn't really fit the way that they've incorporated it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what it is about Nike, but they feel the need to put Volt on everything. And I don't know why, but on that sole plate, like where the 360 is, like where the white part is right here, that's all Volt. And then it was like Safari print and metallic here.
Yeah, you just can't do that. It
sticks out like a sore thumb, so I don't...
Well, that's why the original, the Superfly version looks so good, was because like it was like white with black dots sprinkled all over it, like including the laces. So when the laces even had like the black dots on it, that looked like the best colorway. Mm-hmm. Because like I said, like I had the takedown in those, whatever the Pro model was called at the time. It was actually below the Vapor, because the Vapor had like the little like cover for the laces, and so the laces on that one didn't actually have the like the little sprinkled black dots on it. They were just like regular laces. So that didn't even look good as like the highest level model. So it just depends on how you do it. And now when I think boots look the best when everything is flush. So like if you're going to do something crazy like that, make sure it's over the whole boot, like laces, everything included. And when you start to mix in, like you said, like bolts, or even like the Tiempo Safaris, which I'll put up here, like when you go like on the underside, like that actually looks good because there's a base of white, but you can't always do that.
Yeah. I really don't know what it is. Something about that Safari pattern is just not working on those boots for me.
Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's just not made for that.
No. Yeah, for sure. For me, the ones I'm gonna kind of call out that I think might be arguably the worst boots I've ever seen is I always call them the ball sack boots, but it's the you're gonna have to put pictures up so people see what I'm talking about.
Yes, definitely.
But the New Balance Tequila V3, and then the Puma Future 19.1. Dude, it's the way that they've done the texturing. I don't know what it is, but it just looks like shriveled up skin, and that's. Unfortunately, wrinkly. Sorry to any small young listeners that have listened to this, but that's what it looks like to me. Just like, and it's awful.
Well, even one of those colorways made it look even worse, like where it was just like, I think it was like a blue with like an orange on the top.
Yeah,
like,
it's so bad. You guys did that. And then there's the New Balance did one where it's like this yellowy color and it has like pink bits on it, and I'm just like, oh god, like
yes.
Like yes. I really want to know, because we talk about this and we'll talk about it as we continue. Like, who approves this? Like, who sees that and is like, yep, that's it.
Yep,
that looks good.
That's a football boot. I don't know, but whoever that was for New Balance, they fired him because like.
And then he went to Puma and did the same thing.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Dude,
come on.
Awful.
But they have, like, I will say this for New Balance, like they have completely come back with the V4, like much better looking boot. Like,
oh yeah,
a lot of the colorways look incredible. So yeah, I'm really glad they ditched that. But didn't they made a few, because I think Footloose Andrews posted about some leather variations of those that have actually been, like, I've heard those are good.
Yeah,
like aesthetically, the synthetic ones, no, but yeah, I've heard the leather versions are good.
Yeah, for sure. All right, what's another one you want to call out?
All right, one of the ugliest boots. Let me see my list here. I said, the Phantom Vision 1 and 2. Just like, and it's not because it's an ugly like football boot. It just looks like a soccer cleat. Like, especially the
You mean a football, like an American football cleat?
Yeah, American football cleat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, they just look like American football cleats. Like, and it looked weird. Like when Kevin De Bruyne was sporting those, I was like, that doesn't look right.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's even like with my, we talked about it too, but even like the GX with the DF, it kind of like just from far away, it kind of looks the same way. It has something to do with I think it's the Ghost Lace cover that's what really does it. But yeah, I totally get what you mean. Those were just awkward boots, and they looked cheap.
Yeah, they did look cheap. It's like the Ghost Lace going into like the high knit collar for some reason, like that, and then just it's weird.
Has any other boot besides the Phantom line ever had Ghost Laces that we know of? Like it was the Visions, but that was it, right? The Tiempo didn't. No, nothing else has had Ghost Laces.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm sure somebody's gonna let us know in the comments. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, let's keep going. For me, so before the tequila, because we both love the tequila now, and I think I speak for almost everybody. But before the tequila, New Balance was doing the Vizaro, and the Vizaro 1 was not a bad boot. They actually did some pretty decent colorways, but one colorway that they did was it was like a frog pack, and it was black with like the blue, like a poisonous frog, and that might be one of the most like cringy, just lame attempts at making a football boot I think I've ever seen. Like making a memorable colorway. Yeah.
Well, see, what's funny about that boot is it kind of reminds me of the Generation Pred from this generation just a couple ago, where it's like green and then it's got those like purple spots.
See, it comes back to what you were saying earlier though. They did the animal print and it looks kind of tacky.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a very specific way to do animal print,
and that was not it.
Yeah, that was not it. You got to pick the right colors or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with those.
Okay, so let's move. Now, this is one that I think that we both really kind of disagree on. Is the Tiempo has had we're not counting the 10, but the last 4 gens from the 6, the 7, the 8, and the 9. You seem to like 2 and kind of dislike 2, and then I seem to kind of like 2 and then dislike 2 that you like. So which ones do you like out of the 6 through the 9?
Oh, the 6 through the 9?
Yeah.
Oh, the 7 is. I think the 7's gorgeous.
Okay.
Like the fly wire, the way that they did the knit on the bottom, like so it doesn't have like a high collar or anything. Like it's in it. The lockdown in it's incredible. But that's not aesthetics. That's just functionality. 7 is gorgeous. I think the 8, although it's really functional, I think it's kind of an ugly boot. Like that just kind of like quad fit backing up to whatever
technical difficulties.
That quad fit backing up to like whatever like synthetic piece they had in the back. This didn't really look right. Like it was kind of just like a little bulky in the front. I hate the 6. I hate the way the 6 looks.
Oh.
The swoosh is too damn big. It looks like a toddler shoe to me.
No.
Like I don't like it. I don't like it.
See, I'm kind of the opposite.
It's not
like
for me.
I love the 6. The 7 I think is kind of ugly and boring. The 8 is not too bad. Kind of indifferent. And then the 9 I think is also kind of ugly. Like overall, I think the 9's kind of just a ugly boot.
Yeah, I think the 9, they had some really cool colorways with it though, like the gray volts and the we'll get to it later with some of my favorite Tiempo legends, but yeah, the 9's kind of
the 9 is more dependent, I think, on the colorway, like you said, but for sure I just don't know what it is about the 7. I just don't like it.
The 7 that I had was like almost at the end where there was like a white and orange and black, and then they had it like on the very back it was like spots. Like that was a cool one. But I don't think any of the other colorways were too bad. Yeah.
I don't. Maybe that's my problem with the 7. It's just like it's not memorable. That's hard to say. Memorable to me. Like I remember a ton of the 6 colorways, and I love the 6. Like I thought it was such a different take, especially coming from the 5. And then I love the 6, and then the 8 has some really good looking colorways to me too. But again, the 8 was also very dependent on like the colorway, because some colorways I'm like, yeah, that looks really good, and other ones I'm like, that is.
Well, the 7 had a 2-year lifespan, I think, from 2017 to 2019, and that incorporated the World Cup 2018, which I think they had like a white blue pack for that one, and then in 2019 is when Liverpool, got to mention on the podcast, that was when they had like the kind of outgoing version of the Legend 7, and Allison had those, and Virgil had those, and it was really special because like they had and Henderson had those too, and so like they're lifting the trophy and everything, and they had those boots.
Which ones are they wearing? What colorway is it?
I want to say it's the white with the orange and black.
The
That's
ones that
the
you
one
were
I was
talking
talking
about.
about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I remember.
Yeah, that's the ones I had.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's not bad. Yeah, and like I said, I like the 8. I thought that the 8 to me always looked cooler when it still had the diamond pattern. But once the diamond pattern kind of stretched out, it kind of just looked kind of stupid at that point.
Well, everybody said that the 8 too, like the leather overstretched over the quad fit. So I was like, oh, it's just floppy. I never had that. But the 8 had some good colorways where they had like the white with the neon green. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. They have that pure platinum one you like with the white with like the chrome swoosh. That's a good one.
Gorgeous.
That's a good one.
Gorgeous boot. Yeah, they have a lot of, and then the gray. We'll talk about this pack later, but they had like a gray version that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I also liked the one that they had that I thought kind of stuck out just enough for me was where like the leather was red, but the heel was white and it had a black swoosh.
Yeah,
I really like that one too. So just out there.
They had some good ones. Yeah.
All right, keep it going. Keep going. What's another ugly pack or boot to you?
Oh, another ugly pack. The Puma Future. Oh no, sorry. The Puma Energy Pack. That's a recent one. That's one from last gen of the Future and the current gen of the King and the Ult. Yeah, it's such a terrible.
It's so bad.
It's like the ugliest. All three of the like ugliest colorways.
Yeah.
You could put on boots in like a one pack.
It reminds me of like they try to do like something like very like neon inspired, like neon lights and like that city, like Neon City, and it just did not trend because like the Future is what yellow or Volt, whatever.
There's too many. Yeah, it's like yellow, pink, black. There's a million.
And then the King was like blue based, and then I think the Ultra is like pink based, and they're all. And they have that really terrible.
Oh no, yeah, it's yellow, blue, pink. That's
they have
what
like
it
that
is.
graphic on it. Like they're just too busy of boots, especially with those loud of colors on them.
Yeah, that's a good point because like what makes boots ugly sometimes is that they're too busy. There's just too much crap going on. Like you need to like sometimes I feel like they need to just tone it down a bit, which is what a lot of people ask for. I think that's why a lot of like OG colorways or when Nike does something like the DNA pack, like that's like when they kind of go back to their roots. Like people like those a lot more.
Yeah, for sure. Like one boot that's kind of like that to me, but it was on a different was the Sun Human Crazy Fast that came out, where it was like based on it's kind of the same colors. It's a pink, a neon yellow, and they're just very loud boots that I just don't think are done that well.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The poor guy had to wear them. I think Mo Salah's looked a lot better, like the Egyptian Knights. Like, it was like purple, and those were cool. So cool. And Messi's obviously had like 5 awesome, crazy fast colorways. So
Messi's
in the last year.
Well, his colorways, I would say, have gotten better over time, but he used to have some terrible colorways. We didn't even talk about this, but Messi's had some god awful colorways. Like I remember he had one on I think it's the 2014 F50, and it's like I can see it in my head. It's basically like it looks like like paint swatches, like when you go to Home Depot.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's like yellow, then like gray, then blue. Oh, that boot is so bad.
Blue. Is that like the blue, pink, orange? Yeah.
I think we're talking about the same. It's like literally like color blocks, like all the way through.
Yeah.
That one was god awful.
Yeah, it's not a good colorway.
Yeah, he has some really good hits, and then he has some like really, really hard misses.
Okay, all right. This one you're not going to agree with, but this is just me personally. The Predator Freak in general, the way that they do those rubber elements to me. If you guys ever watched this show called X-Men Evolution, there's this character called Spike. Yeah, there's this character called Spike, X-Men Evolution. I'll put him up on the screen.
It has the little
but like
face.
he would like do this and like these spikes would come out of his back. That's what that boot reminds me of. Like it's just there's just too many like little I don't know. That was an interesting boot.
I really this is a boot I really did enjoy. The fit is super weird on it, but I just I feel like I didn't wear them long enough. So I've always liked them and kind of kept them as like a backup. But they're a really weird boot. But I don't hate these. I think this might have been no, this wasn't this might have been around the first laceless boot I had actually. Now that I really think about it. Maybe that's why I like some laceless boots. Yeah, this one's good. I mean, your reference is like so spot on though, because I can see that guy like, and it's like in his forehead too. It's like,
yeah. Well, this is like super nerdy, but I think he like drank some kind of like mutagen that like made him like even more spiky, and he had to like go underground for a bit.
Oh, okay.
That was a good show, bro.
Yeah,
X-Men Evolution was a good show.
Yeah, that's like throwback.
That is, yeah. That you know we're old for bringing it, like that show up. But didn't they make a Wolverine boot of that?
They did. They did.
Yeah.
They have the Wolverine one, and that one is really busy because it has like bits of the comic and stuff. And then I think they did the Cyclops Ghosted. And
nice.
Yeah, that I don't care about either one.
Yeah, I don't think I saw the Cyclops one. I definitely saw the Wolverine one. I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it definitely played into what the boot was, which I always thought was super cool. But I like the Freak. The Pred for me that I think is super ugly is the Pred X.
Oh yeah,
yeah, dude.
Take the tongue off.
Yeah, they got rid of the tongue, and I think the problem for me too is like the striking element. There's like nothing to it. It's just like a big hunk of leather, just like slapped on the top, and it's just like, meh. Like that boot seems like an afterthought. Like they put so much R&D into the F50 that was coming out at the time, the Addy Zero, and they totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, that was around. That was what, like 2009, 2010.
Mm-hmm. Came out for the World Cup.
Yeah, so that's kind of funny because like a few years later is when Nike finally took the tongue off of the Tampa Legend 4, and that was actually a very good looking boot. So it's kind of funny that like their first attempt at taking that.
Yeah.
I
don't know what it
not
is.
A good looking boot.
Yeah, that Pred X is ugly. And then for me to cap off my ugly boots is in 2015 when Adidas really wanted to revolutionize the football boot world, and they killed off all their silos and they brought the X 15.1. And I just think it's kind of an ugly, cringy boot.
Yeah, that one looks a little bit weird.
The cage on the side is weird.
I actually kind of like that one in some colorways. Like I think a buddy of yours, like I've seen him playing indoor with those on turf, and they actually look pretty good. They're like a yellowy, like
he has the yellow and pink ones.
Yeah, those actually don't look too bad on the turf. Like they look legit.
Like the only one to me
maybe not as an FG.
That colorway I like is the SL model. I was like, oh, that's a good looking one, and I own them. Mm-hmm. But other than that, those boots, the 15, like that's a silo that I was glad died out, and the 16 came along, and the 16 was much better.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's keep it going. We've talked about ugly, hideous boots that we can't stand. And my Franken boot, honestly, should probably be on that list, because that thing...
Probably.
Oh, God, that thing would be so bad.
Gaudy.
Abomination.
Yeah.
All right, so we've talked about ugliest. Let's talk about some of the best looking. Oh, what? Give me something. Shoot me something.
If it's a little bit of recency bias, but that Tampa Legend 10 Pearl was incredible aesthetically. Like it looks so good.
That is a great looking boot. I still think the Emerald looks good. I know you don't love the Emerald, but the Pearl blows it out the water.
It's grown on me. I don't know why. Like sometimes, and this doesn't make any sense, but sometimes when I don't like a colorway in a FG model, I'll see it in turf and be like, yeah, it's not bad. Like there's some like Tampa Emeralds in turf. I'm like, that ain't bad. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
No, that's fair. Yeah, I don't hate the Emeralds. I don't absolutely love them, but I just think that Emerald green that they use, and I said it in another episode and you clipped it.
Yeah,
that colorway should be used more often. Like that's such a cool, unique color.
Yeah, I would prefer that over like a neon pink or something, like just like that kind of emeraldy.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure there's, dude, you know what that color would look really good on is the current Tequila model. That would look sick.
Yeah,
like a Tequila model of that colorway with like a white in. That would be dope.
Ooh, see, I think like that colorway would look super, super good on the Mercurial, the current Mercurial. Like I just think that like not as the main color but as like the accent color, and if you use that emerald, like if you took the emerald or I'm sorry, the pearl sole plate and you threw that on the Mercurial sole plate, that would look
beautiful.
Nice. That'd be a nice
beautiful.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna skip one. I'm gonna go with the Pulse remakes and the EA Legends pack. So it's like the black one with the gold tongue and the white accents.
Gorgeous boot.
It's just it's so simple, and that's like a 3 colors that always work together. But man, that boot on feet looks timeless.
Yeah, that's one of the few black base boots that I actually really like, because sometimes I think like a black base is boring, but yeah, that one looks really good. I like the that like Pulse in the UCL colorway. What is it, like
the blue?
Purpley, the blue? Yeah,
this one.
Yeah, I love that colorway.
See, I
don't know what it is about that boot.
I don't like this colorway.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
I like. See, okay, everybody's started calling me out on this, so I need to address this. I like the blue on the Japan Blue Manias. Okay, everybody? So I'm going to say that now. I absolutely love the Japan Blue Mania. And we've seen the leaks. I'm pretty sure I'm going to love the FT30, whatever we're calling it these days. The one that's coming out in Japan Blue. But this blue on anything outside of the Japan Blue, I don't like at all.
Yeah.
Like even these, I've worn these and I think maybe it's because it's too much blue. Maybe you know what I mean?
Kind of.
Do you just like? I feel like if this blue, like if they kept this dark, right? Let's say they kept this dark blue, and they made this the silver, and then let's say like the lines were pink. I think that'd have been a great looking boot.
Yeah. See, I don't know why I always thought the pink was purple on those boots, but maybe it's like the bluish is like a little purpley.
Yeah, this is like navy, then like royal, and then like pink. It's like pink.
Yeah,
because this is the same one that goes with my.
It
Pogba.
Goes together well though. Like I think that goes together very well.
It does work. I don't know why.
Yeah. The Pogba accuracy where it's like purple and pink. Yeah, that's a good boot.
Yeah,
that should be one of your favorites. I remember you had to have that.
Yeah,
one.
I did, and I regret it because he's.
Oh really?
He's washed, bro. He's super washed. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do like those Pogba boots, but again, they're blue, so I don't really wear them too often. I'm weird about it, man. You know what I mean? Look good, feel good, play good. But in my case, I never play good ever. Because I'm bad. All right, go give me another one.
All right, let me give you one. Oh, this is a good one. This is like a throwback to like I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but the New Balance had this Tri-Aura pack, which is kind of ironic because we were just talking about how the Tequila V3 is like an ugly, wrinkly ball boot. But that was when the 442s just got introduced, and like I'll put this one up here too. But like they had like that gold release for the 442, where it was like all gold with the N and everything was kangaroo leather. And then right after that, they had the Tri-Aura pack. Which I had to go to Unisport because it was the only place I could find the 442. But it was like all like white base with pastel colors, and like every single boot that New Balance had, it was a gorgeous pack like all together.
Yeah, because that's the one where they did like the normal version and the leather version on each boot, right? And like they each had their own colors. So it was like a purple or a green or a highlighter yellow.
Yeah, New Balance, just do more of that. That was like.
I feel like when that boot came out, that's how we became friends. I think you were wearing that boot, and that's like when we like linked up and started becoming friends.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I like the boot so much, Justin.
Maybe because it reminds you of me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's the boot. It's the boot.
I think I remember. Did you have more than one pair?
I had that pair, and then I had Mark has it now, but I had like a regular old pair of New Balance with like the silver in. Which is what we were just talking about, how like I like the 442 and I like a lot of the colorways, but like that silver in, guys, it makes me think of a mall walking shoe. Like just make it different. Like that's why I think I'm gonna go ahead and get, and they're gonna release like late May, but the grade A pack of the 442, I actually really like
Terminator boot.
Like that, like Terminator boot.
Yeah, and it goes with what you're wearing right now. Like you're very grayed out. It's like bam.
Boom. There you go. Put them on my feet.
No, that's awesome. No, that's still a boot. I think we even talked about it. I still need to try that boot.
Oh yeah, the 442.
Yeah, I've never tried it.
Oh, buddy, it's gonna blow your mind, man. it's so like okay. I don't mean to like go off on a tangent, but that's what happens on this podcast. It was so weird when I first got it because I watched Josh's review and I was like, "There's not gonna be a boot that's from New Balance that's gonna be." Yeah, it was awesome. So light. It's such a light boot. Sole plate does the job, but like the leather quality, it's weird. It's like I don't want to say like it's like a wide Mizuno, because it's not the quality. The leather's not the quality of Mizuno. The build's the quality of Mizuno. Like that sole plate is going to split a little bit from the leather. Like you don't have like the rivets on there. But it is like a nice quality. Like for a boot on a budget that's K leather, like that's the only option you should go for.
Yeah, see, to me, like from what everybody says and what you especially, it's like the Premier and the Gloro are here. Like they're on the bottom of the totem pole, and then obviously Mizuno's up here, and then it's like the Icon for me is like a little bit of a step up, and then it seems like the 442 is a bigger step up, and then it's like you got your Asics and Mizunos and all those other things like up here.
Yeah, Asics are something I really want to get into, but like we've talked about, it just seems like there's, what's funny is like, and I'll plug a football boot hour, not this episode, but the last one. Andrew was talking about, he was like, oh yeah, this is like this version of the Asics. Yeah, this is comparable to like the 442. Like if he was able to do that in like every single Asic and just compare it to another boot to where I could like be like, oh yeah, that's what that one is. Okay, that's what that one is. It's almost like a different language in a way, like of like all the different names and like what they are. Like I would really like to be educated on that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we like even joked about it with Noah, but like their naming scheme is so bad. It's DS Lite everything, X Fly everything.
X Fly. Yep.
I can't keep up. But you should definitely try out, because Andrew sent me a pair of I want to say it's the X Fly Pros in the synthetic model, where it had the synthetic leather. Brother, you'd love them. You'd love them. And they're so much cheaper. Like they were like the quality of Mizuno, because Mizuno I haven't found a Mizuno boot that fits me yet. So I'm so like, I hold judgment on that brand, because I know everybody loves them and I know I should love them, but it just has not worked yet. Like nothing's worked.
Bro, stop this podcast right now. I'm going to go on a full tangent here, because you brought it up. You said like low cost boots, high quality. I got these Joma Turfs.
Oh God.
Right? $20 on Dick's. They're really good, dude. Like the Mundial 23, like the leather's not bad. They're super light. Like I balled out today on my indoor team, or not my indoor team, but indoor pickup. Yeah,
I
not
would
bad.
say, isn't Joma's specialty though, like indoors and turfs?
Yeah, they do. Indoors they do. Yeah, the flat shoes. Yeah, they're really good. I will say like heel slippage is a bit of a issue, but just like,
get rid of them.
Grip socks.
Get rid of them. That's how you
not
are.
Not for $20, bro. Not for $20, man. These are pretty good.
Are you gonna buy more?
I like those.
$20. Like, are you like, I might buy like 2 or 3 more to have them?
I would buy another pair of these to have backups. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
that's so funny that you go through so many, and I'm wearing my Precision remake still, and I'm like, yeah, these are great. I'm like, no problem.
Yeah, because when you have a bad game, it's not you,
dude.
It's the boots.
See, that's my thing. I'm telling you, I always have a bad game, so I don't even have a bar to judge.
There you go. There you go.
Also, I just want to say this while we talk about it, that like you said, Joma kind of pleasantly surprised you. The one thing that I love and hate for New Balance specifically is like they're kind of this hidden gem where if you know, and everybody who's tried a New Balance boot absolutely loves them, whether it's the Furon, the Tequila, or the 442. So it's like, it's wonderful because like the news is spreading and people are willing to give them a shot, but it sucks because that means they're not going to go on sale as much. Like you're not going to readily be able to get anything and everything.
Yeah.
And then, that's kind of my only gripe about it going like more mainstream. Is it's just like,
no,
damn.
You're right. The price won't drop on those. I've had my eye on the white black Tequilas on Unisport in a US 10, and like they've dropped a little bit, but I'd still have to pay over $200 to get them here. So I'm just like, I'm waiting.
Yeah,
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I had to wait a while for those Harvey Elliots, and like I got the last pair that Unisport had. So, all right. So moving on to another good boot. I'm gonna pick one. This is like so bland, but it's just such like a perfect looking boot. It's the Eternal Class Predator Absolute. Like just the all white base. It's pretty much almost an all white boot with black and gold accents, and I just think that boot for me, like aesthetically, is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, gorgeous boot. Yeah, the Eternal Class, like that 2020, like the end of 2020, that pack was awesome because that had the Copa Mundial as well.
It had the white and the black. Yeah, you remember those? And that cool like oil slick sole plate.
Yes. I think in the previous podcast I said that was the Copa Sense sole plate, but I think it was actually the 20. I think it was the Copa 20 sole plate.
Oh,
but
is
yeah,
it?
awesome.
Whatever it was. That's a good look. And then that's also the one where they came out the blackout accelerator. And I'm not the biggest accelerator fan. Like I've never really been in love with that pred, but that was like one of the first accelerators too, where they did the tongue strap, and they look so good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, great pick.
Let's move on to our last. We both agreed to this one right before we talked about, and I think that I want to challenge somebody to disagree with this pick, but arguably one of our favorite just packs ever is a 2010 World Cup pack by Nike.
Yeah. It's so memorable, and I know Noah just got the Mercurials of those, and like it just looks so good, and it looks like that pack. It's ahead of its time, but it also like it's so iconic. You know what I mean? Like, in the fact that they were able to do that on every silo, like even like their like leather or what is it called, Kangalite, like with the CTRs, like or
it was CTRs and the T90.
Was it
I think the T90 was also Kangalite. But you know what's so crazy though is that pack. Right, all 4 silos look exactly alike, right? But that pack sticks out in everybody's mind like so much. Like everybody remembers like all 4 of those boots so vividly. No, I think when it comes to tournament packs, like Nike kind of crushes it when they really put their eggs in it. But like for example, if you look at the Euro 2012 pack. Right? The Clash pack. So the half white, half different color.
Yeah.
Everybody always remembers the Mercurial first. Half white, half pink. And then if you go to like the 2014 World Cup, everybody usually tends to remember the Magista Obra. But it's like so cool that in 2010, like everybody remembers all 4 equally because again, they look the exact same.
Yeah. And that was when they had the top tier was carbon fiber sole plates, right?
Yes.
On every single one of those. Yeah, so that made you really just want to like buy those specifically. Not to say that there wasn't a lot of call it like boot education back then, right? Like the YouTube videos weren't as prominent, so like you could read like blogs and stuff on them, but it was like, oh shit, like I gotta get like the top tier. Like I could never afford that, but yeah, I remember those like being like, oh, that would be so cool to get like the elite model with the carbon fiber.
Yeah, I think that's what started their elite line. Actually, was that pack.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because they had the Superfly 2, the Maestri 2.
I think it was still. It was still Legend 3, right?
It was the Legend 3. I just don't remember if it was the Maestri 1 or Maestri. It might have been Maestri 1, and then they had the Laser 3. And like you said, they all pulled the carbon fiber, and then I think they used the Tiempo sole plate actually. And then that started their elite line. And that line was like $400.
Yeah, dude. I don't even know I don't know how we. Well, I certainly wasn't paying those kinds of prices. I can't pay those kinds of prices now. Like,
oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't know how they convinced people to pay that much money for carbon fiber, but hey, they did it. Good for them.
Yeah, good for Nike. All right. So I want to round this conversation off. Give me your. Because you haven't talked about yours and I haven't talked about mine. Give me your all-time favorite colorway. Like you're like, oh yeah, this is the one.
I know which one I want to say, but I've mentioned it on too many pods. So I'm gonna go with this one, right?
Okay.
The Montebelluna.
Good choice.
Like I love that colorway. It's so simple yet so elegant. Like the untreated Alegria leather, like is just like it's so nice. Like it's like that grayish like color along with the blue. Like it's to me it's like it's so simple, it's elegant, like it's perfect. And as soon as you get them wet, it's all gone.
Yeah, dude. Mine are actually still in pretty good shape. I'm surprised, but I don't wear my boots like you do. Do you remember how bad yours got? Like how gross they got?
I have a video on it where like I compare it like when it first started, like how it started versus how it's
you need
going.
to like kind of put that in this so like people can like see that while it's going.
Yeah, they got really grungy, like really grungy. And I even used the leather cream Like I used the like whatever. I go in, I put the leather cream on them, which like, and then you let them sit out to dry, and it would almost make them even worse. Like,
oh yeah,
nasty.
Yeah, I'm sure that boot is cool. Yeah. That's a great boot too. Not only does it look good, but it is a good boot. I love that boot. So mine, I couldn't just pick. I thought about doing my usual pick, the CR7 pinstripe pack or pinstripe boot. But for me, I actually went with a pack. I went with the Adidas Parlay pack. So the white with the with the little special blue.
Because you love the environment so much.
I do love the environment, bro. Saving animals, saving the earth. You know,
it's recycled materials.
I do my part. No, I just thought that this was such a cool, like, not even a cool idea, but it was just, like you said, so clean and elegant. Like, I've always said I like white boots. I tend to like white boots. But I thought it was so cool how, like, they all had the stitching lines through them. The parlay was, like, just done right. So, like, in certain lights you could see it, others you couldn't. And then whatever blue this is, this pastel blue, I wish more boots would use this.
Yeah. I like those pastel colors. Like a white base with pastel colors. It always works. It always looks really clean.
Yeah, the Copa was it's a terrible boot. Don't buy this one if you ever find it.
They took the leather out.
Yeah, it's all hybrid touch, and it's just bad. But the Pred is awesome. Like, I absolutely love the Pred. And I don't have the X yet. I'll get that eventually. But yeah, man. With that, I think we're going to call it. It's kind of a short episode.
We're going to call it. Yeah.
You've got baby and wife duty.
What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I do. Exactly. And I've got to go do research and figure out what I'm going to talk about while you're gone.
Or who you're going to talk about it with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I've got some surprises coming, so I'll figure it out. But yeah, with that, if you guys don't mind, please comment, like, subscribe, leave us any questions, give Colby your best wishes while he's gone. He'll miss you.
I'll be okay, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, he'll just be raising a baby. It's no big deal. He's done it other times.
I've done two other times. Yeah, okay, I'll be fine.
And I'll keep. Do you want me to keep the jersey thing going with somebody else, or do you not want me to? Because I feel like that's like our thing.
Yeah, it's our thing. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, nobody gets to do that. I'll save that for us.
I'll figure out something else.
We'll come back and we'll just do like, this is episode number 25, but we're on player
No. 22. So I've thought about it. So since you want to do the full, the next one will be like episode 21.1. So I'll do it like that, and I'll
You're gonna go a little Adidas numbering.
Yeah.
I like
that. God, please don't start that.
Yeah.
But all right, man. You guys have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.